Hello, Wastelanders. Welcome to the Initiative Order. This is Vault, a Fallout TTRPG set in the Texas Commonwealth in 2177. We are using the 2D20 system by Modifius. You can order your copy now. They also have beautiful dice, so check them out. Before we dive into tonight's game, let's meet our fantastic group of players. My friends. Oh, I need to rearrange some of you. We will start with Ash. I looked up and everybody's misarranged.
I mean, technically, Jordan's hair kind of has this similar hue-ish to ashen color, so it works. Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, where I occasionally stream because I'm a variety gamer, so lots of different games that I usually try to play when I can, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter, and tonight I play Ash, who is ready to smash this Deathclaw that I guess we're gonna have to kill and hopefully not die a painful, horrible death.
Hopefully not. I have faith in you all, I think. I'm just kidding. I am Sugar Cyrus.
Hey, it's Jay Casual. I aspire to inspire, today expire with no plans to retire. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and at Twitch at Casual Creativity, variety streamer, storyteller, and aspiring writer, all-around entertainer. And I am playing Sugar Cyrus, the rock star ghoul of the wasteland, bringing love and passion to everyone that I can. Woo!
I love that you brought the white hair back. It's so fancy. Or silver, white silver, silver is hue. Yeah.
Had to bring in that ashen color.
Yes, I love it. It looks good on you. Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer who fights with all my heart and soul to add more inclusivity and diversity to our tabletop RPG community, and always doing a lot of things everywhere. And you can find me on social media at @_DeAngelo, and tonight I'll be playing Pawn, the trying to be reformed raider, but has a hard time letting go of those old tendencies and everything, but it's a thought that counts, so yeah.
And Peggy Sue.
Hi everybody, Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Group across the socials, particularly the Instagram. I am a TTRPG streamer, GM, general creative human, and dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. You can catch me on the UO_dice on the Instagram. I do have a Ko-fi set up. You can support me, and on Wednesday, you can buy dice from me because I have another batch ready for sale. So, yeehaw, today, playing Miss Peggy Sue James. Originally, I was out there just trying to, collect bounties, but now I'm trying to kill this hooker, Saffron.
Currently lying in a pool of her own blood. I'm sure that
I'm succeeding.
Oh my god.
Well, you never know. Yeah.
Double tap.
The dice sale. The dice sale's coming out.
Confirm the kill.
Go
Marcus Cole.
Hi, my name is Justin, and I play the Slinger of Guns, Marcus Cole, who has just witnessed the last potential for answers for his.
She's not dead yet.
Go down in a bloody hail of gunfire, and he's feeling a little miffed.
Oh.
Acceptable. Taryn and Peggy forgot that.
Marcus and Justin did not.
And I'm April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram, stiletto DM on Twitter. And here, of course, on the Initiative Order every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. where we stream this Fallout campaign for you. So let's look at some of our sponsors tonight. We've got the wonderful Session Zero Clothing. They create D&D inspired streetwear. You can use the code ORDER at checkout for 15% off, as well as Norse Foundry, who makes artisan dice, and you can use the code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off. We've also got Roaming Player Gear. They make amazing tabletop gaming supplies, and it's by our own GotDM. And you can use the code Carnaby20 for 20% off the Dice Power tray combo set. We also have our newest sponsor, Frank Lloyd Dice, who creates handcrafted tabletop gaming accessories designed with a mid-century modern aesthetic. In fact, this here is one of their dice rollers. It's the craftsmanship on this is absolutely beautiful. This is the dice roller. We've also got we've also got the dice chamber, so you can carry your dice anywhere. It's got the nice little magnetic clasps, so it closes nicely up there like that for you. Also in a beautiful stain and wood. And their dice tray with a leather lining on the inside, and look at the beautiful details all around. They do have a Kickstarter out right now that you can get in on. So go check out their Kickstarter and look at these initiative trackers for your D&D board or your GM screen. They've got several different colors, a variety of colors. And stains. They're all very beautiful, and they smell good. They smell like wood, and I like the smell of wood. And it does fit nicely. The dice roller does fit nicely into the tray. So and look at the colors together; they're so pretty. So you do definitely want to go check that out. They did get fully funded after only 3 weeks. But you can still get in on that. So go check them out. And last but not least, of course, we've got our mid-show giveaway sponsor, Mithril Armory, who makes 10 hedrils that are foldable metal dice puzzles. And they come in a flat sheet of metal that you fold into a usable dice. And Jordan was just talking about how they got one earlier and has been working on putting it together. So yes, so if you enter, let's go back to here. If you enter, let me look at what code word I've put in. If you enter Deathclaw is one word. If you enter Deathclaw in the chat, you too will have a chance to win some of these beautiful dice by Mithril Armory. So enter Deathclaw in the chat at any point in time between now and our mid-show, when we get back from our mid-show break, and you can be entered in for that. And if you like the show, if you like what you see, we do appreciate the donation of bits and subs, as well as if you'd like to donate the players and myself directly, you can donate to our Ko-Fi. So we've got the link for that below and also in chat. We do appreciate your tips, and you can do that through Ko-Fi, and we split those all once we get them. So we appreciate those. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, yes. And we do have a new show that just started on the initiative order, the Far Realms. So I believe Taryn touched a little bit on that. So if you missed that, we do have it up on VOD on Twitch, and you can catch the VOD coming soon on our YouTube page, and you will want to check that out. It's every other week, right?
Yes, every other Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, so you won't want to miss that. It was absolutely without words. It was great. It was great.
The words
my outer god eldritch soul has been enriched, and now I have to wait 2 weeks to do it again.
So you'll want to go check out the VOD because it was absolutely phenomenal. And without further ado, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro and get wasted. And welcome back. Just as a reminder, don't forget to enter Death Claw, one word, in the chat to be able to win one of the sets of Mithril Armory dice. So last week, we found our Wastelanders in the town of Fort Stockton, aka the headquarters of the Desert Rangers. They had just overthrown the awful, nasty dictator, Saffron, who was doing some shady business when they were supposed to be upholding the law. They chased Saffron out of town, along with all of her supporters, and the good Desert Rangers remained, including the deputy, now sheriff, River, as well as her right-hand man, Lefty. So he got a promotion and a name change back to his original name. After all of this happens, Taryn, I looked at your name, Peggy and Ash. Sorry, Peggy and Ash. Peggy and Ash had a little drink together. A little is probably putting it wrong. They had a lot to drink together, and some of it involved prickly pear cactus. Well, the next morning, Peggy is nowhere to be found, and Ash is face down on the table, completely hungover, passed out drunk. Well, of course, Pawn, being the one to not say no to a dare, did go over and, because nobody else was going to go wake Ash up. They knew better. So Pawn was not being afraid, poked the bear. The bear, of course, elbowed him in the gut. He was okay though. He was fine. It was fine. But turns out that Peggy had left a note in the middle of the night in a drunken stupor. She decided to go after Saffron because she just couldn't let her go free. Not after what she found out about Saffron's involvement with her family's death and that Charlie's still alive out there somewhere. No. So she treks off after them, leaves a couple of notes behind, and the group finds the notes, gets worried about her, and starts tracking where she went, which was in the direction that we last saw Saffron going out of town. Well, after traveling for a while and having to stop, they eventually, they didn't stop for long. They decided to keep moving throughout the night, and they did eventually come upon Peggy. And Sugar starts playing music. Peggy tries to sneak up from behind Sugar, ends up throwing some rocks. Lady and Hash Brown were not having any of it. Of course, the dogs can sense things. So yeah, the hiding didn't take long for her to be found. Well, as they move in closer, they can hear growling. They can hear shooting. They can hear the attack of something large, a very large beast. And when they get closer, they see that it's Saffron and her gang of former Desert Rangers standing in front of Vault 43's entrance, battling a massive death claw in the cold night air. And Saffron's looking very bad. She's stumbling. She sees you. And then she gets shot. And as she goes down, she begs for you all to let her father know. Her father, Scorpius, who is the leader of the Rattlesnake Gang, that she tried her best. And this is where we left off.
I ain't gonna tell him shit.
So are we going into initiative, or are we still in?
Yes, we will. Let me change over.
We don't have to though. We can undo the. It's fine. We're good. It's fine.
Where's my music step?
Because your gun has like extreme range, right?
Yeah.
One of mine
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, just stay back. And
I'm
just yeah.
I was just reading up on major action and minor action sprinting.
Ooh.
All right, where is my initiative? I just had it.
We'll just leave. We don't need the vault. It's fine. I'll just go kill Charlie.
Can't do that if we can't get in the vault.
This was all.
Yes, I can. I can go to Dallas and find
Is
Charlie.
this Death Claw within
This vault thing was.
one zone or no?
Oh yeah, you all are right.
Oh,
yes,
good.
you are.
all
You
in
are
close range?
basically within. Yeah, you're within close range of it. Here's my initiative.
Get those Nikes on. Get out of there.
Ash is still valiantly standing in front of Marcus, protecting him from harm.
For the time being. We'll see how long that
Second,
Wow.
Marcus might be braver than normal if he's standing behind Ash.
Okay. Sorry, I had to get my initiative. And then
Sometimes
my
you just have to
factor.
say, in the words of Pawn, YOLO.
Yo,
Oh,
That's
so
right.
waffles.
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 Waffles is good. Pancakes, lay them out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, you're
Dang,
right.
I gotta
Exactly.
get it posted. I'm
Wait,
not-
I keep forgetting. Wait, which one is which?
So pancake is
Pancakes is
go.
violence. Waffles
Waffles
is
is okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay, I had it down and then I forgot it.
I have it
Yeah.
written, but I need to go like post it on my mind.
Pancake, YOLO.
Pancakes
YOLO.
to flatten them.
Okay,
Pancake.
all right.
Waffles are good.
Because waffles are the superior breakfast.
I mean, okay. All right. So yes. So Peggy, you have just shot Saffron, who is now currently face down in a puddle of her own blood. She has pled to you all to deliver this message to your father. And at the top of the order, Peggy, with your 17, that would be you.
Uh-huh.
Well, Marcus ain't getting answers.
Um,
I'm next. You don't know. Maybe dying declaration. give a second.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can always use luck to move up or down in the initiative at any point.
So I mean, we marched up. I shot her. She's down. My attention immediately is: did any of those other suckers look at me?
That the two that are currently still up there, you do see all around. There are some of the other ones that have fallen. So there's blood smeared all over the ground. There's dead bodies here and there that have just been ripped apart by the claws of this massive beast. But there are two currently up. Saffron is down. I have her standing up, but she is currently laying face down in a pool of her own blood. But yeah, there's two up as well as Deathclaw.
I am looking at my abilities. Okay. I'm going to attack. And I am aiming for center mass, which does not increase the difficulty.
And you're using aim as your minor action?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Okay, sweet diggity. That is a 4 and an 8. My target number is a 16. So that's 4 successes.
Okay, you only needed 1.
And then I will roll 7d6. Okay. 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 4s, a 5 and a 5. That's not one of my dice.
That's 5.
That's over
And a
there.
6 is a 5.
No, just a 5. That's 7. That other one rolled in with my others.
7 in effects? Any effects?
The 5. I have piercing 2 on my rifle.
Okay, so it ignores 2 points, and you're doing the chest. So that's going to ignore 2. So that's going to be 4. So 3 points of damage.
That was on the Deathclaw?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're gonna. Yeah, that's.
All right. So you load up, or you aim Cindy Lou straight at the center of this Deathclaw. Fire on it, dealing a little bit of damage. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
I think that's everything I can do, right? Or do I still get a maneuver even though
You can use action points if you'd like to.
I feel like other people are gonna need them more, hopefully.
All right. Okay, then we'll move on to Marcus, who drew an item right before. Yes.
Yes.
Drew an item right before.
Okay. Marcus will use his quick draw ability to pull his sidearm Winona. He will train that on the Deathclaw as he moves forward to Saffron. He will use a minor action to take the item that he drew out and jab into her arm, giving her a stim pack.
You're giving Saffron a stim pack.
The diluted one, obviously. I'm not completely.
A diluted one. So okay. So a diluted one. So 2 HP to her instead of the 4.
Oh,
okay.
Hopefully
Okay.
I think that stabilizes. I don't know. I can't remember.
It's 2. I diluted it to.
I might have to use this.
Woo.
Sure.
Oh man.
Marcus.
Because I don't know what Peggy's about to do.
Sure.
Oh Lord.
And Marcus would be like, not yet.
Not yet.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, he does.
He says not
Because
yet.
I've got my Umbro D2.
Sure. Feel free. I've got one more stim pack after this.
Heads or tails?
Dash Marcus's dreams.
Heads or tails, Marcus?
Wait till it comes around. Things might change.
Yeah, you never know. Assuming she's probably, I don't know, conscious, not, I don't know, doesn't matter. My attention now that I've administered the first aid, I will use my major action. I guess I can't pick her up and run. That'd be probably bad. What I'll do is I'll shoot the Deathclaw.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Roll your attack.
Okay.
Remember when y'all were like, "Oh, did Marcus ever have a thing for Saffron?"
Okay.
Oh, duh.
I'm just kidding.
5 and a 10.
5 and 10. So
Well, one's tagged, so I guess that's 3
successes.
Yeah.
You only needed 1. So pop. So yeah, you shoot at the Deathclaw. Go ahead and roll your hit location and your damage, please.
Hit location is 17.
Okay.
I think that's left leg.
Mhm.
And then damage. This is where I'll probably be using my luck point. Yeah. I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll 2 of the dice.
Okay.
Everything else is looking good.
Could re-roll 3, but
Yeah, but oh, okay. I have a 1, a 2, 2 5s, and 4 6s.
4 6s.
Yeah.
9.
I turned 2 4s into 2 additional 6s.
4
and
6s.
The effect is vicious, which I think is doubles the.
An extra. How many ever vicious? 4.
What it effects are 5 and 6.
5 and 6, yes.
5.
So
Oh,
five.
no, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that were vicious. 2, and then a 1 and a 2. Everything else was 5s and 6s.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 points if it's 2 points for vicious.
Okay. Yeah. 15 points. And you said left leg.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So it definitely is going to. Let me see if it can be.
And I used a luck point to reroll 2. So let me write that down.
Okay. So that would take it. How many was it? 15 points.
15 points. Assuming that's what vicious does. I'm pretty sure it is. It's been a while since we've triggered it.
9. So 9
Yeah,
will
piercing
cause-
is reduced damage. Yeah, vicious
Vicious,
is extra damage.
just extra point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So so that will be 9 points of damage, which will cause a critical injury to the left leg of this Deathclaw. So you take your gun, you fire it at this Deathclaw, and hit it in the left leg, causing an injury. It is still alive. However, it is now down on all fours instead of prone, because it is not necessarily only bipedal. But its left leg has been rendered basically useless.
Is it 2 action points to take an additional major action?
Yes.
Okay. And we haven't
The
used
major
any.
action is 2, and minor action is 1.
We haven't used any yet, right?
As it stands, we're still at cap.
Okay.
We have
Then I'll
7.
use 2 to take an additional major action and attempt to shoot it again.
And you did just generate some, so you could actually use those immediately. You generated 2 earlier on your first major action.
But they don't
Yeah,
count
you
until
use
we.
them immediately. Use them or
Oh.
lose them.
Oh, bad.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. I roll a 4 and a 19. So the 4 is 2 successes. And it's 19.
And a 19. Oh man, I wish the difficulty was 2, so that you're good. You're
Okay.
good. No complications. All right, 2 successes, so you gain an action point. Roll your damage.
Oh, hit location 2.
Yes, please.
14, which is right arm,
Okay.
and then damage. I'm gonna use luck point to reroll 2 dice.
Okay.
Everything else was damage. All right. So 3, so that doesn't do anything. 3 1s, 2 2s, and a 5. That's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. And you said right arm.
Correct. Which.
Okay. So that takes away 3 points. On its right arm, you hit it again. You hit it this time in the right arm. You see the bullet holes go into its shoulder, but it is still down on all fours, limping on that left leg just a little bit. But the right arm seems fine, even though now it is gushing with blood a little bit.
How close is Ash?
Ash?
I was in front of you, right?
Yeah. So how far up did I move to get to the?
To Saffron.
Just like about 30 feet.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, here's open.
you-
All right. Here's
Yeah.
open. Okay. I will stand my ground.
All right. Okay. It is now. I will go ahead and let you have it, Ash.
Time to do what I do best. Pain train. So I'm gonna be going forward, running forward, charging forward, in
Okay.
order to basically take this thing on. Head
So
first.
you're gonna go after the
I'm
Deathclaw.
charging. Oh, I'm charging the Deathclaw.
Okay.
And I'm also too going to use a luck point to make sure that that's a critical, baby. That's a 1 and a 7. There's a difficulty of 2 because it's strength at the athletics, but that's an 18 for Ash.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
does that hit that thing?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. So so I get to add 1d6 to my unarmed damage, and it does stun instead of its normal
Okay.
physical damage.
Okay.
And does the fact that it was knocked down create any benefits?
It does not.
Okay.
It is one of the creatures that even if it gets hit in the leg, it won't be rendered immobile. It's just now it's not up on all fours. It
Got it.
can't. Yes, if you of course take out 2 of those 4 limbs, then they have a problem with moving.
Got it.
Right.
Okay, so
Their limbs, they're fine.
okay, so 6 and a 5, 2 and a 1, and 2 4s. And again, it's a critical hit on 16, which I think is either the right leg or
It's
left
the
leg.
left leg.
Left leg.
Oh no.
Thanks,
The
God.
left leg is already broken. So you rush forward like a football player, just charging in, and you see that leg that that the death claw is limping on a little bit, and you just knee check him like right into that kneecap, blowing it completely out backwards, taking that left leg out.
And it is stunned as well, or it should be stun damage too.
Yes, and it hit so hard, although it did not do much damage to it, it hit so hard that it did cause it to be stunned.
2 action points to do another major action.
Okay, go for it. Yes.
This time swinging with my hammer. So I think, well, luckily, because it's an 18, I still succeed because it's a 13 and a 17. So that was almost a whiff. Almost.
So close.
Okay, so let me do my...
damage.
Yeah, let me do it. Oh. So many dice. Let's see. Alright, we got... Okay, so we got 3 2s, 2 1s, a 5, and the other ones don't count because it's 4 and 3s.
So 9, and what was the location?
And that was 12. Left arm?
Right arm.
Right
arm. Yes. So then take away 6, so 3. Cool. Yes. So again, you go after, and so were you using your sledge this time?
Sledge, yeah.
So you take, so you see that you've blown out the left kneecap of this huge death claw. You take out your super sledge and you slam it down onto the right arm of this creature, dealing some more damage to it. However, it's very hardy. It's still up.
And she succeeded by
howling in pain.
+1, right? So that's an additional action point back.
I think she only succeeded. Is it defense 1 or 2?
I think it was 1. She had 2
Defense
successes.
1.
Ah, okay. Yep.
So we got one back.
All right. In retaliation, it is going to use 2 action points to take a major action against you, who is dealing all this damage to it. Is your it's 2 successes? What's no? 3 successes. What's your defense? 2. Okay. It's going to be in your torso. That's going to be 2, 4.
She'll probably roll poorly. You'll be fine.
2.
Depends on what dice she's using.
Use your umbral dice. I will them only if you aim at Marcus.
What?
7.
Peggy's willing the
Seeing how much piercing. 1.
I get to shoot her after.
Okay, 7 points. So the death claw takes its claw, rakes them across your chest, dealing 7 points of damage with 2 piercing on your chest. So it negates 2 points of your armor resistance against your chest.
Okay, so then because my physical damage resistance is 4, so then that means how much of that damage then?
So 7 minus 2, so
3?
5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Which is
Shit.
unless
it's not a critical.
Hers
It's not a critical.
She's Wolverine, so she's fine.
Yeah, I have a hard skeleton. It's 7 to crit. So there's no
good. Okay. I was like, that's gonna be a crit. You're gonna get injured, but no. So 5 points to your HP, but not doing. Oh, good. Not doing an injury. All right, we will shoot over to Pawn next.
Okay, so I'm unfamiliar with because this is the first time I'm going to use Hash Brown in combat.
Okay.
So is it a minor action to command him, or is it just like a free action?
You're the first time that you command him, which I would say, since you knew that you were rolling up on them, I would say that you could have done it as a free free major action, just like Marcus asked if it was cool, like since y'all knew you were coming into combat, because you could hear them and you knew what to expect coming into it. I would say that you could have done it and went ahead and used that to say, this is what I want you to do. So yeah.
So Pon will definitely be like, sick him, as Hash Brown rushes over to attack the Death Claw. Okay. So again, Hash Brown is decked out in like dog raider armor and or dog armor.
Oh, that's right. You just bought armor for Hash Brown.
So I'm excited to use it. Hopefully it protects him because that damage was nasty. So he has a pretty decent body. I put all my points into it. So we're gonna see if it hits. Target number is 11. And both are successes. So that's 2 successes on this.
Perfect. You only need
and I got a natural 1, so that's a crit, right?
Yes.
Okay, because animals don't get tag skills, right?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they don't.
They don't have, not the dog meat doesn't. Not
dog meat doesn't. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I have 3 successes then with that critical. And then okay.
Does that also provide action points back to the group, or is the animal not?
The companion, I believe, we'll just say it does, and I'll look it up later. I can't remember right off the top of my head. If anybody in chat knows, let me know. I can't.
Are they able to utilize action points?
I don't think they can. I don't know.
He only does 3d6, so I'm okay if not. Yeah.
It takes It takes our action to make them do stuff.
Right. That makes sense.
So he could command Hash Brown to attack again by spending his bonus action points by doing it that way.
Yeah.
So he had 3d6 and he rolled a 4, a 1, and a 6. His bite has vicious and piercing damage. For it. Do I only choose one or do both apply?
No, those do stack. Those do stack. So vicious will do an extra. Then the piercing will negate one of the. And this is physical. So Hash Brown will rush in and try to bite at this Death Claw. However, its physical damage resistance is higher than the bite. And so you do see Hash Brown try to bite into the leathery hide of this massive Death Claw, not able to break the skin of it with his teeth, but he's given it his all.
If it was a human, it'd be fine. All right, so now Pon will go as he rushes into battle to help out his homie Ash and use the Umbral Oculus die. Target number 14. And
the Death Claw won't let go of Ash. Oh my gosh.
So one was a 19 and the other one was a 2, which the 2 is a tag skill, so it will become at least 2 successes.
Yes.
And then that is 5d6. Swinging with all his might, and that is 5. You know what? We're gonna spend a luck point to just roll 3 of those.
While you do that, I will let you know, Pom, what you can do with dog meat is specifically you can attack, and if you do so, Hash Brown can add their damage to the attack if you succeed, because that's what attack dog's ability is. Dog meat just assists.
Oh, so it adds on to mine.
Yeah.
I was wondering because 3d6 is kind of.
You could do you can either send it to attack or you can have it attack with you.
Okay.
Do it together.
Okay. So we're rolling this. Okay, good. So that was better. So I got a 1, a 2, and then a 5 and a 5. And my weapon has piercing 1, vicious 1.
Okay. 5 and 5, so piercing 1, vicious 1, so that's 7, and then negates 2, so that will be okay. And you're attacking with what your baseball bat, right? With Lucille?
Correct. Yeah. Oh, I didn't do the target area. That is 12. I think that was the right arm.
Man, y'all are wailing at this right arm. So yes, so you see everybody's just going after this right arm that is just like massive and just taking all this damage, but still not being crippled. And so you're just like wailing at it with Lucille with your.
Mine was breaking, by the way, from the damage. I don't know if that was.
Breaking has to do with armor and objects that you interact with.
Okay.
So
it's
not armor.
okay. Not technically. Okay. All right.
Yeah. its natural armor.
Yeah, that's why I was like, does it decrease that? No? Okay.
No, if it was wearing like armor, power armor, it would. It like which is good stuff. Did you want to do anything else?
I think that's it. Let me check one more thing really quick. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're good. Yeah.
Okay. And we are now to Sugar.
Oh, is it my turn in this really disastrous combat situation?
Bring it home, man. Bring it home.
So there are at least 2 other raiders that everyone's ignoring, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So Sugar is going to walk up while playing the guitar.
You got props! I love it.
I'm going to walk up over to behind the raider that's closest and just kind of start whispering. I think it's best if you help us or just surrender. Because in this moment I got a friend. I know the sound that the Deathclaw loves. And I promise you that the end's coming soon. Because the Deathclaw brings the doom. As I'm going to use Animal Friend for the Deathclaw.
Deathclaws, however, are not considered animals. They are a mutated reptile. So your
as long as they're a mammal, lizard, or insect. That's how the ability works. As long as they are a mammal, lizard, or insect.
Okay, I think this one. I'm pretty sure this one is not because it's a. I know it
works on bloatflies, rad roaches. Ragstuds, Yaoguais.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation last time, and she said no.
I'm pretty sure that this is like the Deathclaw is like one of the only things that you can.
Got it. Because I asked last time, you said it counts as a lizard, but it's also not mighty or legendary.
Oh, that's right.
So if it's changing, then I'll change what I'm doing.
Oh, it does say in the Animal Friend thing, it's a key word. Mammal, lizard, or insect.
Yeah. So
is the word. So what's the key word on Deathclaw? Is it say lizard?
It's reptile though. That's the thing.
I mean, I would think they would have the keyword be specific. I don't know what all the features are.
Got it.
So I want to look through and see, because
if it's not, then that's cool too.
But the thing is, there's not anything else. I mean, that says lizard. I don't believe there's an arachnid. Oh, is that an arachnid?
There's the weird iguana things from Fallout New Vegas. That probably
yeah, because that's what I was looking in the book, and all the animals with the tags say reptile, but not lizard. So I was like, is that
weird?
I wonder if that's a.
Let's go for that then, because and then I'll ask around and see what other people.
I was going to say I can think of one particular person on the YouTube in particular that we could be like, hey.
I was just
so.
Yeah. So, so we'll say that it goes for it. So what are you trying to do?
So I got to do my my roll check, and if I succeed, it just treats me as friendly, and it just won't hit me. And anyone who tries to hit me becomes their target.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
It's a defense mechanism.
It works.
With my charisma survival.
This is why you've lived so long.
That's the only reason I lived this long. That is going to be it's a difficulty 3 or 2, and I got 3.
You got okay, yeah. Then you succeed, yeah.
That's why I got knocked the hell out by that Yagway.
And not you.
Look, all right, I don't fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, you.
And that's it. Lady is staying back. Lady is holding a stim pack, just waiting.
That was not the sound effect I was trying to do. Dun dun dun. I was trying to do a different one. I was trying to do that dun dun dun.
That's all that Sugar can do. Sugar's very limited in combat.
Okay, so you targeted the Deathclaw. The Deathclaw now sees you as friendly and will not attack you.
Correct. And if anyone tries to attack me, they become a target.
Did you put Lady up with you or not?
Lady staying back.
Okay. All right. Then we will.
Yes. Mysterious Stranger is active. I activated it at the end of last session, so I just wanted to make sure the luck point has already been spent.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh.
It happened right now.
All right. Now I'm gonna use Oculus dice because I need this. That is 5 successes.
Okay, damn. Yep, definitely hits. You hear this very large, like this very loud pop of gunfire from way off in the distance in the dark where you can't see, and you swear, looking over, those that look over that are not currently like up in the face of the Deathclaw, you swear you can see just the like little green glint of a scope way far off in the distance.
That is going to be 3 2s, 1 5, and 2 6s. It has vicious and piercing. 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. For the mysterious stranger. Oh my gosh. So 12. And 3 of that is piercing as well. 3 of it is, yeah, it's piercing and vicious. So 3 of them are piercing.
That gets rid of 3. So that's 6. So 12. 12 minus 3. So 9. Yep. What was the location?
It's a 2 on the die.
Yeah, you hit it in the freaking head. Okay, so yes, so the mysterious stranger somewhere out in the distance fires directly at the face of this Deathclaw that you are currently fighting and battling against. And as you hear the shots ring out, you see its claws fall and rake across the remaining 2 desert rangers, wrenching the armor off of their chests, raking its claws down their bodies, blood and entrails going out everywhere as it falls in a massive heap. Let's see if it hits anybody. Nope, I rolled a nat 20. It doesn't hit anybody. It falls perfectly, killing both of the raiders, or not raiders, ex-desert rangers. Yeah, they're basically raiders.
Desert raiders.
Desert raiders, yeah. Taking them down with them, but they are out. So there's the Deathclaw. Both remaining desert rangers, other than Saffron, are currently down. And Saffron's left standing. Shall we remain in initiative?
I don't know, Peggy.
Good idea, Marcus. Let's stab her.
Peggy will come up, gun pointed at her, and is glaring at Marcus. Kind of it dawns on her why he did what he did. But she has her rifle pointed straight at her face. And I'm talking like walking up, maybe 3 feet away from her face, rifles pointed right at her. I suggest you do Mr. Marcus here a favor. If you want to keep that half of your face intact before I decide to end your life, you will convey that information as I am kind of obviously brandishing the bayonet attached to the end of my rifle.
Mark.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? That you mentioned William. What do you know about him?
Y'all let me live, and I'll tell you.
Peggy fires a shot about a foot away from her face on the left side.
I can't speak for Miss Peggy here, but if you tell me, and you're not lying, and you weren't lying before, and he's not where I think he is, I won't hurt you.
Make you a deal, sugar. You tell Marcus what he wants, and I might let you walk off. Act all tight-lipped and stuck up. Well,
as Pon's wailing into this death clause just to make certain it's like dead.
Over there like the whole time.
So blood smattered all over him. He'll like lean over to Ash and be like, didn't she yell at me for shooting it like near a woman that was on the ground without a weapon? And then like
very different situation.
But he'll say
mind
in a
your
very
business
hushed tone.
and try not to destroy that. We can save this meat for later. You're smashing the
hamburger meat now.
And then, yeah, and then he simply looks like, you okay? You need a step back? As
Daddy has him. He uses him for manual labor in the camp. Strong boy. He's had him captive ever since.
He's been alive all these years, and you couldn't even be bothered to tell me?
You're one of those types. One of those guys that rides in on white Brahmin, because horses don't exist in Fallout, and just thinks that everything has to be black and white. But I told you.
I'd stop laughing, honey.
I lived in the gray for a while now, but what you've done, that's just unforgivable. That's just... I'm very tempted to go back on my word right now.
I can help you.
If you would have lived, if you would have grown up the way I did, you'd have seen the world a lot differently. All you privileged people.
I wasn't privileged for anything. My family busted their ass for every penny they had, just for a bunch of thugs to come up, steal from them, and kill them when they would have walked away.
That's work too. That's the work I grew up knowing.
I think you're done working. And I will jam my bayonet into her hand.
Enter her hand. I was like, wait a minute, enter her head? No, enter her
No,
hand.
her hand.
Okay. She lets out a guttural scream. Do you want to roll your damage?
No, I guess I can. I mean, the gun did it. We'll see what happens. Okay. I dropped one of the dice. I'm just gonna re-roll that. Okay, fuck you guys. 1 point of damage and 1 and 2 piercing. It's 3 4s and a 6.
But the emotional damage is high.
Oh yeah, no, I have the bayonet stuck into the ground and I'm holding it and I'm ready to rip backwards.
She's screaming, just trying to grab at her hand that is pierced to the ground and trying to grab at it, but she can't. The injuries that she's gained on her torso, she's trying to roll over, but her abdominals are not letting her turn to grab her hand, and she's just screaming in pain.
Marcus?
I have maybe one more question for her. Maybe it's enough to spare her, although I don't think she deserves it. If you can give us enough information on your father to ensure his demise, maybe you can convince Peggy here to let you go.
Fuck you both.
I ripped the bayonet backwards through the remainder of her hand that way. Yep. And the rifle is pointed dead to the point is on her temple. How bad do you want to live? I already know you're going to go warn Daddy. I would have.
He's going to kill all of you.
He can try.
I'm not. He's a traitor to my family.
Neither am I, and I pull the trigger.
Well, yeah, roll. Go ahead, roll that.
Ooh, that's dark, y'all. Sorry.
Another win for the tipper and the tippers.
I know. That is
We're not a gang. We're not a gang.
We execute people.
We're not a gang. We're not.
I'm using a lot.
We assassins.
Did you roll a 20?
No, I did not. I rolled a 3 and a 7.
Oh, well, the
So
difficulty is higher though, because it's you're close range.
But it is 3 successes.
I don't think it was that high.
No, my luck was to re-roll some of the damage die. Instead, I have 5 1s, a 2, and a 5 with piercing 2.
So her head's gone.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, look at her, and as she is cursing you, telling you there's no way she's going to flip on her father. You've got your blade in her hand. You pull out your gun, and completely just right dead in between the eyes.
All right, let's steal this shit.
Peggy will fall backwards and sit down, and she kind of just lets out like it's not quite like guttural, but it's just this really forlorn kind of scream, and that turns into crying for a second, and she is sitting there sobbing on the ground for a moment.
Marcus will reach his hand down to her shoulder and give it a squeeze.
She kind of quiets down, like, and it's just kind of like focusing in for a second in that moment.
Ash will walk up to, while she's in the middle of literally cutting this death claw, trying to get meat and whatever else. I don't know what Pawn is, if he's still smashing the head or what.
Yeah, I smashed Deathclaw's head, smashed the Raiders' heads, just to ensure that everyone's dead, and then he'll go.
Pawn has to have credit.
No survivors.
So while he's doing that, she walks over to where Peggy's at, and she reaches out, kind of like, hand extended for her to grab onto.
That reaches out, stands up, just kind of like does like the full hand wipe.
And then Ash looks at her. Work's not finished.
Sure ain't.
But I'm sure that felt good as hell.
Yeah, it did. I'm sorry, Marcus. I will. Did you get what you needed?
Unfortunately, I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but I guess I'll find out.
Who is she talking about?
William is my brother. I thought he had died along with the rest of my family.
She deserved what she had coming to her.
I have no doubts about that. I'm just glad I was able to get that information.
Your family?
Only one I got left now. Thought I had no one.
Well, looks like I know where we're going after this. Charlie ain't going nowhere.
I would definitely appreciate the help. I'm sure Scorpius is fairly well off.
Maybe you can get 2 birds with 1 stone then. Pond, can you quit splattering? It's making some really gross noises now. I'm not a big fan of hamburger meat.
And
Yeah,
Sugar
sorry.
have looted all the raiders, along with, the help of Lady Luck, while everything's going on, just playing and looting.
Oh, waffles.
Oh, I'm good. We're good. As he's like covered in blood, and then
would you like to butcher the death claw?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was in the middle of, but then I went to go check on Peggy.
Okay.
Priorities. That's important.
So the butchery is an endurance plus survival test with a difficulty.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, with a difficulty of 1.
Awesome.
can I have it school for a sweet
Okay.
shoulder pad?
And that was a 2 and a 7, so I'm pretty sure I butchered the crap out of that death claw.
Okay.
Because that's attack skill. And I have a 6, and endurance is an 11.
Yes. So roll 2d6.
Got a 2 and a 3.
Okay. You get. We'll just. I think. Yeah, you get 3 portions. I'll just say 3 portions of deathclaw meat. Okay. Okay. Looking through Sugar, you are going through all of the bodies of the dead ex-desert rangers, going through the pockets. You find quite a bit of gold.
They got gold in these times?
Oh my
Wild.
gosh.
What's the exchange rate? What's the exchange rate?
That's the exchange.
That's what matters.
Gold in Minecraft. I
Minecraft.
just said Minecraft. I need more caffeine.
What about armor, like chest armor?
Oh, don't worry. I'm stripping them down.
So 360 caps
Whew.
total. So 360
Woof.
caps total. You would also find 4 regular Raider chest pieces, 3 regular Raider leg pieces, and 5 regular Raider arm pieces.
Ash will go over to where Sugar is basically looting the body. Hey, can you pass me one of those chest pieces, please?
Oh, of course. Hands over the chest piece.
And if anybody would like to, since you did butcher the death claw, at any point, if you want to take those beautiful mitts with you and try to at some point fashion some death claw gauntlets, or
Oh yeah, that's
somebody
a given.
have
One
somebody
of the 2 barbarians should definitely do that.
Mhm.
That's
It
definitely
definitely seems like a weapon
a
Sugar
thing.
should have.
Oh, good point. Put that on the end of your guitar.
Wait, so
Yeah.
what does that go under as far as if we took that? Because when I butchered the thing,
You have to make that noise every time you attack.
I mean, you did a successful roll on butchering it. So if you were so inclined to take them, I would say that you can. And then if you're ever at a crafting bench and you want to try to attempt to fashion them yourself, which I think this one actually it's a high difficulty, you can try to do so, or you can take it to somebody like Kaylee, or somebody that's skilled, highly skilled. They can attempt to create them for you.
and then question, just because I want to see if this works, as far as because I had serious damage to my chest piece. So if I replace it with the one that was given, does that mean that it's back to normal?
Yes, we can. So what you can do is, if you were to attempt to repair, so there's 2 ways to repair things. You can attempt to repair it with scrap that you find in the world, or you can attempt to repair it with another similar item that's similar to it, which reduces the time and difficulty of trying to repair the item. So, yeah, you could definitely repair it at an armor workbench.
Question.
Yes.
Sugar was going through the dearly departed.
Yes.
Did that include saffron?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna ask specifically, since
Hey,
Saffron's
technically, we
right.
don't meet Saffron yet.
Well, yeah, probably not yet. So yeah, but Marcus and Peggy are like basically, you're right there. So Sugar's probably getting everybody but her.
If
Just
she
Does
hasn't
she-
been, I imagine Marcus would want to look to see if there's anything of note.
I was gonna say Peggy's assisting. I'm particularly looking for any kind of trinket or knickknack that
Anyway,
I don't know. Someday I could hand over to her daddy.
God damn it.
Cut off her head.
yeah. So looking over her body, you will find that she does have a necklace that is hidden, that it's tucked into basically her cleavage. So you can't really ever see
I'll
it.
take that.
So you pull it out.
Marcus did not go looking for that.
Peggy was like, I know where all the ladies keep all their shit. They keep it all in there. She's probably got a pack of cigarettes in there too.
She does.
You can go looking.
She does. In fact,
Pack,
she has
that's
cigarettes.
mine.
And and she so as you pull it out, it is in fact a rattlesnake rattler necklace, which is the identifier of the rattlesnake gang. They wear
shaky.
rattlesnake, and it goes tss, like a rattlesnake tail does.
Okay.
It's the identifier of the rattlesnake gang.
Unless you need this, I'd like to deliver it. Thank you. And then she takes out the pack that she has that probably has a little bit of blood, just lights one up.
I will look over to the giant like Vaults 43 like logo and entrance and be like, yo, we gotta explore this. We're gonna explore this, right? This is like the beginning of one of my smut novels where they go into a dungeon and like, you know, fight a bunch of stuff and then fall in love, but without the love part. Unless, and he looks over to Marcus.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're going in. At this point, I think that might be the easiest way to make the connections that Marcus and I are needing to make. Is it open? I mean, like, what?
So you walk over to it, and there is a control panel that has a terminal on the outside of it, just like kind of a computer type of terminal on the outside of it.
Well, do we want to? It is getting late. Do we want to maybe camp right inside, camp outside, and then explore?
Well, we've probably been here for a while, so we're butchering the death claw and like, all that. So
we can camp on the outside. Because they did say something about a whole bunch of lizard things on the inside, and if this is what they're talking about, I'd rather not sleep next to them.
I don't sealed right now, right?
What?
The vault is sealed right now?
It currently is, yes.
Okay.
The terminal is set to lock. It is not on. You would have to hack it to try to get in.
Buttons as I don't want to like
swat. Let Tipper just bad swat.
Why don't we make camp outside and go vault dwelling tomorrow?
We could always use a rest. Ash, are you feeling all right?
Yeah. And Ash is kind of like looking very much like she's distracted and not really focusing eye contact with anyone. And she kind of like walks away from where the front of the vault is, kind of further off, but not too far, but like just where she's not in front of it at all.
Do y'all like whispers a little? Do y'all know what's up with
Meta? We don't, right? Tipper's the one who knows the full.
I think Tipper and Sugar.
Sugar
she was the only one. She was the only one that got hit in combat, so maybe she has taken a hit to her pride. Maybe
that's true. I know that look.
But that's
while they're conversing, Sugar has already made the approach. Has been walking towards Ash, not strumming. It is quiet for the moment. I'm just gonna keep following Ash like a few paces behind until Ash stops.
At a certain point, Ash stops. She is looking more tense, and she's doing something that people have seen her do before, where she's clenching her fists very tightly, digging into the palm of her hand.
And then Sugar will like approach closer and stop like to the side of Ash, on the side where the hand's clenching the most. Thought of going to hell. Doesn't feel right, does it?
I guess there was a part of me that knew that I would have to go back to the depths of hell sometime.
But at least this time, you're at least going in with people that care.
I mean,
But no one's going to force you to go back in there. Last thing we want is for you to feel obligated to be somewhere you feel discomfort. But just know that every person in that side over there, they're here for you. Whether or not you accept this fact, I think we're all friends. Sorry to tell you.
friends. Interesting term.
And
Something you're not used to in the wasteland.
take care of knowing how people work and just take whatever time you need to prepare. I think we're going to rest up, and also reaches in the pocket, pulls out what appears to be like makeshift gauze. You swing a mighty fine hammer, but I think it might be complicated if your hands are bruised and even bleeding. So if you would like me to aid as a friend, I can help take care of that little tension there.
You know, it's interesting about you. You remind me of somebody else.
I get that a lot. And reaches out her hands for yours.
Without looking, she stiffly reaches out an open palm, and she takes off her gloves this time.
And then taking the hand in one hand, reaches in the back pocket, pulls out the last of the Viking beer. This also might help with dealing with a bit of things, I would think.
This is like one of my novels.
Well, I can tell you now, it's definitely not that Dos Diablos mess that Peggy had me drinking. So I'll gladly take this.
Yeah, this is definitely water compared to what she serves. And starts tending to the wound. And Sugar has very delicate hands, and they're very refined. Starts rubbing parts of the muscles that's known to hold the most amount of tension, like hits those nerves to really relax the hand, and kind of part of the wrist as well to really release the excess tension in the hand and help the blood flow and feel that comfort. And upon doing that, we'll close the hand. Remember, you may not fully understand it or want to accept it, but people care about you. And people would do a lot for you, just like I know you would. You're an amazing person, Ash.
I don't think anyone said that I'm amazing. Scary as hell, intimidating, monster, bitch,
You
maybe.
are a fantastic person. And as much as you try to keep that cold stare and that inability or lack of desire to smile, you've got a warm heart. And I'm grateful that you let nothing ever break you. Sugar lets go and walks away.
Before you go,
Yeah?
what do you get out of all of this? Why do you do what you do?
Well, don't tell anyone, but I'm a god.
And
Seriously,
you see
though,
Ash roll her eyes.
I lived before everything happened. Some say, remember the before time when life was quote unquote simpler. And then it was all taken. I should have died with everyone else, but I didn't. So if I'm going to get a second chance at life, I'm going to make sure everyone gets a second chance at love. Because everyone deserves to feel love and to give love. And Sugar walks away.
Pond will be taking off all the shoes from all the raiders and trying them on to see if there's any that like are better fit. And it's like, isn't it weird that none of the bodies had caps on them? And then it was kind of like.
Wait, did Saffron's? I mean, because Peggy was looking for one thing. Did Saffron have caps on her?
Saffron would also have. She will have 180 caps on her. Just her.
How much you want, Marcus?
Oh, 80 divided by 6, which seems 180. Seems about right.
If I'm not mistaken, and I know Sugar as well as I do, he's got a fair share already.
I'm sure he'll share once he gets an opportunity. Then.
Do you know Sugar?
Not as well as you, but I mean, if he's going to be traveling with us, he's going to have to learn to share.
I mean, he shares, but not caps.
Huh?
Fine. We'll split it.
I still think it's the right thing to do.
Damn it. And in the meantime, Peggy, the whole time she's talking to Marcus, is not making eye contact. She's watching Bond walk around trying shoes, just kind of like.
And Pond, you do find a rather.
Oh, I'll spend a luck point just to say that. Tell me what kind of shoes I find.
So you're looking around you. There are some old vintage Nike. Because Nike owns Converse, but they're just a little bit too small and they're wholly and frayed. Then you look over here and then you're finding some very old boots, and then you find on the last one these very large, just the right size, perfect fit.
11 and a half?
Comfortable, the most comfortable and soft lining. Like these look almost new out of the box, which is strange because there hasn't been anything new in like 100 years.
Yeezys? Ooh. Sorry, go ahead. Uggs, perfect. Done. He's already wearing them. He's like, he takes them from Saffron's body and is like, wow, these fit good. Say what you will about her character. Her taste in fashion was on point.
Dear God.
The only thing not flawed about her is her fashion.
A pair of snakeskin boots that would also fit if you so chose. One or the other.
No, he'll take the Uggs. He'll definitely take the Uggs.
Always go with the Uggs, especially in the wasteland. It's the little comforts. It's fine. So are you taking a break outside or inside the vault? What are you going to do?
Outside for sure.
I think outside.
Tipper this whole time everything's been going on has been looking at the terminal, working over it, trying to hack the code on it, and she believes that she does have the ability to open it when you all are ready. So this is where we're going to go ahead and take our mid-show break. So for everybody that's watching, please enter Death Claw, one word, Death Claw, in the chat for a chance to win a set of these beautiful 10-20 dice puzzles by Mithril Armory. Absolutely beautiful. Enter Deathclaw in the chat, and we will draw a winner when we get back from break. Until then, we'll see you all in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go ahead and get you a drinky drink and do what you need to do, and we'll see you all very soon.
Don't forget your cactus.
Yeah.
No cactus.
and welcome back, everyone. Before we get going again, we're going to go around and say hey from everybody in the cast tonight. We've got Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. And I am playing one of my all-time favorite characters I've ever played, Ash, the super mutant who's going through some emotional trauma. So yeah, that's happening.
Going back in the vault, Sugar Cyrus.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's J Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, and on Twitch you can find me at Casual Creativity. I'm Sugar Cyrus, the rock god. At least that's what we're gonna be preaching everybody until they realize that I am the ultimate lover, not fighter.
And don't forget to enter Deathclaw in the chat so you can win a set of Mithril Armory dice. Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo Murillo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer. You can find me on all social media at _DeAngelo. And tonight I'm playing Pawn, a former raider who's trying to be better. He's wearing some Uggs and looking great in them. He is a dog owner, and he's living his best life. And yeah.
And we've got Peggy Sue.
Howdy, y'all. Taryn, also known as Valroof across the socials, TTRPG streamer, GM, and generally creative human, and a dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. Got new posts and a dice sale coming up on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. But tonight I'm playing Miss Peggy Sue James, and I'm kind of having a weird epiphany moment because I just killed this woman that I really hated. And I think like my priorities are shifting or something, but we'll figure that out later.
And Marcus Cole.
I am Justin, and I play Mr. Marcus Cole, the slinger of guns. And he has just found out that he is not the last Cole alive. The AJ to my Rick is out there somewhere.
Apparently in Scorpius's camp. All right, and I'm April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram, stiletto DM on Twitter, and I am the overseer for this campaign. You can catch us every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific here on the Initiative Order, where we're playing Fallout Vault. Yeah, Fallout. Yeah, so it's a Fallout game, but it's called Vault. All right, and let me see. We will go ahead and roll. Oh, Amber Alert on my phone. We've got, we will go ahead and roll Hollywood 38. Congratulations on the giveaway. Congrats. And also, this calls for another look at the beautiful dice tray and dice tower by our friends at Frank Lloyd Dice, who's got a Kickstarter live right now. And so you can get in on some of this beautiful merch. Look at the beautiful artisan, like all of the beautiful details on these things. These are absolutely beautiful, as well as the dice vaults. These things are absolutely beautiful. So you definitely want to get in on that. So go check them out. And congratulations, hit up Danny for your winning. So congratulations, that's amazing. All right. So before the break, our group had just dispatched of one evil Saffron and her friends, and a very angry Deathclaw. And you are currently outside of Vault 43 in the middle of the night. There's lots of blood everywhere. Ash is having issues. Peggy's having issues. Marcus just found out that his brother's alive and where he is. Pod just found some super comfy shoes, and Sugar is being Sugar and doing what Sugar does best and just warming the hearts of the people around him, and bringing music to the world where there is none. Ding! What would you all like to do?
Has Tipper started dinner?
That's a real question.
Computer, and she says, "Make your own damn food."
Well, I don't think any of us remember how.
I mean, I'm going to throw this out there. I haven't known Tipper all that long, but and she's like whispering this to Marcus, but I feel like ever since she woke up from that whole getting her poop cycle going, she's been all kinds of moody.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because she's been moody, as you said, but I've noticed the same thing. I'm wondering if something didn't go wrong. Or right. I don't want to say that the moodiness is wrong per se, but
No.
But Sugar is setting up a fire.
I'm all for standing up for yourself.
Yeah.
But I never thought making
she's jumping from one end to the spectrum to the next in a heartbeat. It's confusing to follow.
Sugar,
I just
a tray.
I just never thought, pooping would make somebody that grouchy. Hey, Sugar, do you want some help with that?
Go without pooping for a while though, and then find out. I mean,
maybe to boil some water.
Maybe that's what it is.
She's never pooped,
and now she is.
I love that this is just going to constantly come up.
Sprinkle some seasoning in the water.
Sugar, what are you making? Peggy's going to come up and sit next to it. Would you like some help?
As you come close, you'll see that Sugar has some yagoy meat that's kind of prepped and been seasoned with some dry rub style stuff. We got a pot with other seasoning nearby. With the water is getting some simmering going right now. We're getting food, and since Tippa is occupied, I thought I'd prep something up.
Appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure Marcus does too. It's not the clear variety.
One thing Marcus will do while he's waiting for dinner to be served to him, because obviously he's not going to cook it himself, is he's going to begin peeling the leaves on the aloe plant that Ash found. I think that's how you do it. I don't know. We'll say that is.
You're working on that. Okay. So there are several leaves on the aloe plant. If you would like, Is there anything in particular you're wanting to do with them?
I'm trying to get to like the inside part of the leaves, which I think is where the gel substance is located.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a plant guy. You probably can tell.
You cut the aloe vera in half, and then you scrape out the aloe.
Yeah, that is what Marcus will be doing.
Okay.
And you stir all around, show them how you did it down. You blend, you mix, you rub and go, you grind. It's how you do, 'cause you're one of a kind. I say how we go when
intelligence
takes the Blamco mac and cheese and takes specifically the pasta, removes the cheese, puts it in the pot.
So I was looking up, I can't remember the skill, intelligence plus skill.
Or
survival?
Oh yeah, isn't it?
Oh,
for the cooking.
Oh,
is it survival?
I'm pretty sure it's survival. I don't think
it was survival.
It's got to be survival.
Yeah,
I think it's been a minute. I had it written down. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Sugar, since you're the one doing this, if you want to go ahead, difficulty complexity minus the skill rating. Okay. So if you want to, so go ahead and your intelligence plus the survival skill.
I am going to stack the deck.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I can't find it anywhere. Oh well. I think it's a 3. Okay, so let's stack the deck again.
Stack the deck. I use luck instead of whatever ability score.
That's right. Okay, that's right. So go ahead. So and what's your target number then with your intelligence plus your luck?
Might either be luck plus survival is 15.
Survival, that's right. 15. Okay, go ahead. It is a difficulty. Your difficulty of 2.
I got 4 successes.
Okay, perfect. It's going to take you about an hour, but you are able to cook up this death claw meat with the spices, mixed in with some Blamco mac and cheese, and
excluding the cheese.
Excluding the cheese.
I have a bunch of other seasonings, so I'm saving the cheese for a different dish I got planned.
Okay, so you're making more like a stroganoff or something.
Like a goulash, yeah.
Goulash.
So you are able to cook up this delicious deathclaw meat. I believe you had 3 portions, right? So 3 portions of deathclaw meat. And if anybody were to eat this, 9 HP.
Wait, question. Wait, was it Yagwe or?
I had
Yagwe.
I had my Yagwe, which was seasoned meat.
Oh, you're using that, not the Deathclaw meat?
No, the Deathclaw meat's for something else.
Okay, cool.
I have enough Yagwe for everyone, so.
Is that what you're saving the cheese for?
The Yagwe roast then, if you're doing, oh wait, no, the meat. So 9. Yeah, it's the same. It's 9. The complexity would have been the same. Yeah, so 9 HP to anybody eating it.
If we're already full, it doesn't do anything, right?
No.
Ash is gonna, after smelling the meat cooking, is going to go over to where everybody else is at the campfire, but making sure that she is still a pretty good distance away from the entrance of the vault. So wherever, I don't know where everybody's sitting or where everybody is, but yeah, to grab some food. Is
this like on a scale of, I don't know, 10 times better? How much better is this than Tippers? Like just the smell.
I'll roll a D20. Sugar.
And so wait, so we regain health if that's 9, so it would be full then. Okay.
Up to 9.
That's an 8 on the die.
Tipper usually averages at least a 10.
Wasn't that in the other system though? So it was.
No, she's cooked since then, and she usually, but yeah. Well, she rolls for taste, like she still rolls.
That's right. That's right.
She usually averages about a 10.
Yeah.
So that means it's better. Otherwise, I would roll it. I thought.
Is it Fallout rules where lower numbers are better? So 8 is better than 10, or?
With her cooking, it's higher is better.
Oh, okay. I will spend a lot to re-roll that. Hold on.
Hold on. Is this just for the smell or the taste? What's he rolling for here?
You know what? No, we're re-rolling for taste and
Good.
smell.
Good.
Yeah, taste and smell.
On an Ash Brown will like scarf it down.
Yeah, it's very meaty. It's very flavorful. The spices,
That's better.
The spices pair with it nicely.
That's a 17 if we're using D20 traditional rules.
Okay. It's delightful.
So this is the best meal we've had in months. This is the best goulash.
It didn't taste good, and then the aftertaste came, and it's like really good.
It's one of those that doesn't really. It's not the front end flavor. It's
when you
back.
inhale. Well, and when you inhale it, it takes a minute for your taste buds to process it.
Tipper would probably say something like, "Well, we found our new cook. One less thing I have to do."
Well, no, Tipper's you're very talented, but Sugar, this may be the best goulash I've ever had.
I learned this one actually when I was on the East Coast after dealing with a bunch of raiders that had ended up attacking a few bandits, and then they taught me one of the recipes.
The bandits or the raiders?
The people that survived. They listened to music, got together. The bandits and the raiders kind of teamed up after most of them died. I call it a win all the way.
Oh, me mom used to make this.
I'm aware. Seems like you're a typical flavor palette.
I've never had this either. It could use some sugar.
I think I gave it enough sugar.
Oh God. Well,
I don't know if we can press buttons on the keypad.
Swat your hand away.
He's also scrambling like, oh God.
Did she Inspector Gadget like stand next to Tip Sugar and then
So are we sleeping, I guess? Do we want to take a couple watches and just try to get some meaty sleep before we...
I think we've got to take some watches. We don't know who else is around.
Did we leave the bodies where they are? Maybe say we drug them off a little bit, because I want them downwind. Hey, if they're not downwind, Peggy's dragging them downwind, and probably a good way away, so that when things get hungry and come for them, they're not up our alley.
There's also the entrance to the vault is in the middle of a very large boulder, and the top of the boulder is flat, and it would probably be big enough. You all could probably climb up there relatively no problem. You can make a path up there, but it is relatively flat and on the top of it, and you all could probably fit up there if you wanted to rest up on the boulder of the vault entrance.
I like this boulder. This is a nice boulder.
I was hoping you would do that.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. And Peggy's just gonna climb into the dungeon.
I'm assuming that's where we kind of set up camp is more so on the top of the rock.
Ash is getting nowhere near the boulder or the entrance, so she stays down below and doesn't really say much, but she's just kind of wherever, kind of like where the campfire was, if it's still going, that is.
Hey, Ash, heads or tails?
Heads.
Has everyone else made it to the top of the boulder?
No.
Well, yeah, I would say that y'all are, no, you didn't cook up there.
I mean, I guess if the camp was up there, then yeah, Sugar, if that's where the camp was.
Oh, it was on top of the boulder? Well, then
Up to
Ash
y'all,
would
whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
If y'all want to camp.
I imagine it would have been like a last-ditch thought of us going, hey, we could probably camp out up there if we wanted
Yeah, I
to.
picture us cooking like below the rock just because I picture cooking up there would make smells go further, and I want to keep it contained in front of here.
Yeah, less wind.
That's where we sleep, though. That's where we stay. We
Yeah.
Or scouting.
but not Ash.
Peggy will notice Ash kind of, I mean, she knows that look. And she will kind of try to be graceful coming down the boulder, but she ends up just sliding and landing on her butt, just kind of dusts herself off and is walking like up to her, kind of just like trying to see if anybody saw that.
Sugar will give the leftovers to the dogs and start washing dishes because Sugar is sanitary.
As you're sitting there and you're thinking about trying to go over and touch the buttons again on the control panel, you'll feel something in your nice new Uggs, something that's kind of like doesn't feel right. Feels like almost like it's sticking to your skin, but also like paper, just kind of like poking into your skin in one of the boots.
Okay, he'll immediately like or not immediately, but like casually be like, "What was that going on?" And he like pulls off one of the Ugg boots where the feeling is coming from.
When you pull it off, you see a piece of paper tumble out, and upon picking it up, looking at it, it looks like an old, I hate saying old with this like setting, Polaroid photograph. So a very old photograph. And in the photograph, you see this very large man that's covered head to toe in this very impressive, and this is sepia tone like color, raider armor. And you can see that that underneath there is snake skin clothing, boots, pants covered in snake skin. And then there's a little girl who's got a black eye. She looks to be about 8 years old. She's standing by him. She's got a black eye. And then there's a woman that is standing behind her as well, who looks just about as big as the man, but she has a very big bandage around her ribs, and she's kind of hunched over, and they all are posing for the photograph, but no one is smiling.
He'll look at it and then be like, who's in the immediate vicinity?
Probably
So-
Sugar?
I think Sugar is at least within
Marcus?
range, and maybe Marcus if he's not doing something else.
And
Okay,
Tipper
cool.
would as well.
Yeah, and Tipper.
And sorry, just canon wise, did I pull this off of was it legit that I pulled it off of Saffron's feet, or does she have rattlesnake? Okay, yeah. All right. So I'll like turn to Sugar and be like, hey, didn't like she say that didn't Saffron say her dad had like a snake fetish? And then I'll like ask him a little bit as I'm staring at this like
Something
photo.
like that. Related to something with the rattlesnakes, probably.
I'm like, huh, weird. And he'll like look at the photo. He turns it around to see if there's anything of value or worth on the other side.
So on the back, it will have a date written on it. Let me do the math real quick. 2065.
And they'll be like, huh. And then he'll like look at it, and he looks out to everyone and just like tries to make a mental reminder to show it to like Peggy and and Marcus. So he pulls out the book that he got from the old Raider camp that was Big Johnson was at, or Big John. And then he like pulls out that book, opens it up, and then puts a photo inside of it, and then like puts his backpack and waits for a more opportune moment, because it's nighttime right now, right? Where it's really dark.
Yes, it's actually very late in the night, because when you came on Raiders, it was already late and dark. You had been traveling for a while, so it's like maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Yeah, he'll pass out immediately. And yeah,
cool picture.
Yeah, exactly. I'll deal with you tomorrow, and then just like passes out.
Hey, Ash.
Yeah.
Are you gonna camp out tonight?
This place seems good as any.
You don't want to join us up there?
Afraid not.
May I be so kind as to ask? Does this have something to do with our previous conversation about making amends, so to speak?
In a way, it's a reminder of things past that I'd rather leave forgotten. But unfortunately, some things don't stay dead.
I know that a little too well at this point.
I've gotten that about you.
Hell, need to go kill somebody else, I guess. Looks like we got other stuff in the meantime. You know, I understand. And I don't blame you for not wanting to go anywhere near that shit. Especially if it's connected to your hurt. I understand. But I gotta say, if I had hightailed it and not taken a couple steps in a direction that made me a little sick, I don't think I would have figured out what I have, and I wouldn't have the option to make it right. But us women got to stick together out here. So I got your back, and I understand if you don't want to.
You're an interesting one.
That's a lot nicer than a lot of things people have been calling me lately.
Yeah, I've been called a lot of things, as you know. I mean, look at me.
I mean, you're built like a brick house, honey. I don't know what anybody's calling you.
Again, I'm not sure of this reference of a brick house and how that relates to me exactly, but I guess thank you.
It's a compliment.
Sure. Okay.
It's yeah, you got good dimensions.
I'm still trying to figure out why your friend Sugar always says some weird words about me, and not bad words, but I mean, people don't usually call me the things that he calls me, so it's a little off-putting.
Sugar is everything his name implies. He's so damn sweet. If he gets wet, he will melt.
I see. Well, I mean, I guess I'm curious if there's more to why you're, I guess, the two of you together, just wandering the wasteland the way you do. What drives you?
Well, to be honest, our paths crossed randomly while I was collecting a bounty. Sugar came in with his guitar in the right moment, kind of half saved my ass. And so I'm the kind of person, I'm trying to consider myself relatively smart. Had him keep following me all the way through. Fought one of these buggers back when we picked up my little bopper. we just kind of been going ever since because he was heading any and everywhere, and I needed somebody to help make sure I didn't die. Granted, he did let me get bopped in the face by that damn Yahweh. But he's a damn good friend, at least so far.
There's that word again. It's one that I never really thought that I'd hear as often as I hear these days. But I guess in a way I can relate, because Marcus and Tipper and Pawn, I mean,
They're your friends.
We don't really go together, but yet we stick together, if that makes sense.
It does. Back where I come from, they call that family.
There goes that word again, Tipper's favorite.
I love the hell out of that girl.
But see, as I told Tipper, how do I put this? When you have the past that I do, I don't really come from any family, so it's hard to understand what all the talk is about.
Well, you know all those nice words that Sugar keeps throwing at you? How Tipper won't leave you the hell alone? And
yeah, I do.
Well, that's what it is. Means that you can draw lines in the sand, they're going to cross them, and they're going to give you a damn big hug afterwards anyways. Means no matter how mad you get at them, you're still going to forgive them, and they're still going to love you. And at the end of the day, they got your back. And while you may not always see eye to eye, they're always going to be there to pick your ass up when you get kicked down in the dirt. But the best part of it, they're not blood. You chose them, and they chose you. That's the best kind.
Well, had something similar back in the day, but I'll tell you this: if any of you guys try to go in for a hug, I'm gonna break your arms off.
You might warn Sugar of that one. He's the one that, granted, Sugar is all about working his way there. But I can tell you he gives the best damn hugs if you ever want one.
Well, don't tell them I might not break off your arms, but just give it time.
I can see that. Well, I will let you do your patrolling, but if you do so feel inclined, I'm sure we can make camp or have somebody else camp with you. But just secret between you and me, I ain't had family for going on over 5 years, so I don't think I've spent this much time with anybody. I don't know what the hell's got into me. And she's gonna start to walk back towards that nice folder.
When she sees Peggy kind of walking away, she'll turn back, kind of looking out to basically the area that they're at, like as if she's patrolling, but she reaches in the inside part of her jacket and she pulls out a very specific identification card. She takes a look at it. She holds it tightly in her hand and she puts it back.
Peggy's approaching the boulder.
Ask boulder.
I saw Marcus raise finger. I'm gonna let Marcus go first, just in case.
Well, I wanted to potentially do something while that conversation was going on. If I could get Pawn before he falls completely asleep.
Okay, perfect. He's currently falling onto the rock.
I'll just kind of go up and kind of shake your shoulder before you fall too far asleep.
Yeah.
Pawn, I've got a favor to ask. It's a bit sensitive, but I think you'd be the only one who might not make it weird.
Well, I mean, it's 4 a.m. I don't think we should fuck right now.
Well, no, that's wasn't where I was going, but maybe next time. But
Oh, sorry, misunderstanding. Continue.
Yeah, no, it's a fair question. It is 4 a.m. and I'm tapping you on the shoulder. I totally understand where you're coming from. But if you could, and this is going to sound weird after what you said, but if you could follow me away from the others.
I did not see this going in this direction.
He's like, all right, yeah, for sure. And then he gets up, dusts himself off, and then he takes his. Are you taking? Yeah, he'll take his back because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So Marcus just texted Pon at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm all alone and I'm a little drunk.
I don't know why I thought you wouldn't make this weird. As we get a little bit away from the prying eyes, I'm gonna ask him if you could. I've prepped this gel. If you could apply it on part of my back. I had some work done in town, and I don't want it to get. It's been bothering me a little bit.
And he goes, yeah, man, absolutely. As he gives a big yawn, and he'll apply the ointment or whatever. Is it like a tattoo or is it a wound?
Yeah.
Or anything?
So as Marcus takes off his coat and his shirt, and again, don't make this weird. And I already feel like it's
Ryan Reynolds just jacked.
I blame the jet.
You will notice.
Is Pon's shirt off too?
You got it.
I'm just trying to get a good visual here.
Yeah.
It's
and sweaty, glistening in blood from the last battle.
Okay, great. Okay, I've got a good visual.
I'm now seeing this.
If there was no other art that we ever get for this show,
Somebody.
Lathering up shirtless Marcus.
So the first thing you'll notice is his entire chest and stomach is covered in like Cyrillic tattoos. His right arm has got a large kind of like in memoriam, rest in peace tattoo, and it's got Elizabeth, John, William, Pip. It's got the names of his family, and then kind of Cole going down the center. And then on his back, he's got like just a bunch of, how do I describe them? I guess like sets of. There's a long line and then 9 lines crossed out. So he's just got those kind of scattered across his back, about 30 or 40, 50 of them. And they're good size. They're about the size of probably your palm. And
what font?
They're not. These are not in a font. These are just lines.
Oh, okay.
They're literally like a long line with lines going down. A total of 10 lines.
Like just black tattooing, just.
Yeah. It's like tallies. You would be able to tell they're tallies. And then he said I had some added. If you could just apply it gently.
He goes, yeah, man, no problem. As he applies it, and he goes, by the way, I found I don't know, want to bring this up to you because Peggy seems very emotional about this. But I found a book at the last place we were at, and also a photo of I think it's Saffron and her dad and her mom. And as he gently, firmly puts his very calloused hands onto,
You've done this before.
That I have. I was an escort for a good portion of my life for side income. Good money. Good
skills too. Very strong. Very strong fingers.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dear God. I'm dying. Taryn is dying.
You pulled out the photo as well, after you did pull out the photo.
Yeah, right now I have aloe vera hands, so I won't do it yet. But after,
it'd be a weird thing to look at during this, I think.
Yeah. After I apply it and wipe my hands on my pants and everything like that, I'll then pull out the book and the photo and then hand it over to him to show him the diary entries from Big John and also the photo of Saffron, assuming Saffron, her dad and her mom and all that kind of stuff. He goes, you'll probably get better use out of this than I will because I got to
look. Do I see anything that he wouldn't have noticed? Reading through what's marked in looking at the picture.
So the picture, you do see exactly what I described to Pawn, as well as you do notice that the mother's hand is on young Saffron's shoulder. And it looks like she's digging her hand into her shoulder. And Saffron's kind of noticeably tilting away from her towards her dad. She just looks very uncomfortable.
So passive insight, it's abusive household, essentially.
And she did say this before. She's like, you hit like my mother. And she said to Sugar.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, so I hit hard. Got it.
I know, yeah.
You did. You made her freaking almost throw up.
Okay, so it was a compliment. I thought she insulted me.
No, you're not compliment.
I have one request. As Peggy is walking back to the boulder, can she kind of like be walking by and see the two like?
Yeah, Pon will look at you and not break eye contact as he's rubbing.
Spend 5 luck points.
That's not fair.
If you're on top of the boulder, because you've got the vantage point, you can look.
Yeah,
down.
I will spend a luck point. I will spend a luck point as I'm climbing up. I'm not trying to stare. I'm just saying. I'm just spending a luck to catch eyesight of this, and like under her breath, Peggy's like, "Well, you learn something fucking new every day about people."
Peggy wouldn't pick up the boulder because Sugar was going to interrupt the approach up the boulder. That was what I was going to do, but Marcus is doing it.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm just making my way to the boulder, and I'm very distracted, and I'm just kind of like, what the mother? And then I walk into Sugar.
Are we doing like are we like at the scene in Ghost where?
Yeah.
Are we there? Is that where you walked in on? Or?
Yeah, that's how I feel as I'm walking by.
Men apply aloe vera to each other at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it doesn't make it better that Pon is then just staring as Peggy is like.
He's like, hey, how's it going?
I hunger for your touch.
Like, wow, you're really buff, like Marcus. You can't tell between all your clothing, but you're like, you got muscle.
Peggy's kind of just like, oh, okay, and is just walking. And bumps into Sugar.
Sugar does not have his guitar, his case. Lady's not around. Bopper's not around, and also Sugar is not wearing his coat, but he does have the bulletproof vest on. You and I have a few words to share.
Me,
I know.
Oh, for you guys. Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, y'all have some words to share. I'll let you
finally, as you like take
moment. And this is taking a turn.
Are these magnifying goggles? No, just kidding.
Enhance. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in.
Yes, let's make all the funny jokes and distract away from the serious conversation.
Yeah.
Peggy. Every person makes their own choice in this wasteland. And far be it from me to tell someone what to do with their life. But I just want to make sure one thing's understood, at least on my part. Are you okay?
No.
I don't want to pry. I don't push. I've made that very clear.
I've had a death wish for 5 years. I trusted somebody I shouldn't have, and I convinced my family to trust someone I shouldn't have. And I got to watch them all die in front of me because of it. Bad things happened after that. So, on the day of my wedding, my mama made this dress for me. My daddy was the officiant. Charlie let the Raiders in. They shot my daddy in front of me. And then my sisters. I could hear mama screaming, but I didn't see what happened. They started burning their bodies before we made it to the house. That night, after everybody was tired and passed out from drinking all my family's liquor, snuck my way out, went to our liquor cabinet with what was left, and I started a fire. And I shot each and every one of those fuckers as they tried to get out of there. Wrapped the night off with Charlie. But I guess that didn't work. After that, I figured I'd just start taking out more scum like him. And eventually I'd just go home and be with my family. But y'all have done fucked that up. I don't get to go home to them anymore. I feel guilty. And so, no, I'm not okay.
And I want you to know it's okay not to be okay. I know you want to stay strong. I know you're confused on what happens next. I told you I'm here to fix karma. We'll get that karma straight. But I just want to make sure that you know that life's less about just survival. We can all try to survive. Peggy, you deserve to thrive. After we get done with this, I just want to make sure you know I'll help you make sure there's something worth after to have. I'm not going to make a promise that makes you unsure of it, because you've learned that actions speak much louder than words. So I'm just here to remind you I'm still here. And you deserve the karma that needs to come. They will pay. But like everyone needs to know, every single person deserves a second chance at love. To be loved, to give love. And you are no exception to that. And you may not believe it, you may not want to. God damn it, you annoying, fiery redhead, I love you dearly. So if you do something so stupid as wandering off without taking me, bop, or lady with you, so help me, I will personally fight you myself.
Well, that's a high list of demands there. Now, I guess if I have to. That does mean you're stuck with me, though. You're aware of that, right?
Oh, sweet. I think it's you who stuck with me. We're going to have plenty of time to prove another point, too. Because everyone, and I mean everyone, falls under the charm of sugar.
Oh, dear God.
And sugar does what sugar does and walks away.
She's just kind of smirking. By the way, speaking of love, did you see, and she says this out loud, speaking of love, did you see Pon and Marcus down there?
Everyone needs love.
And then Pon will definitely walk back and be like, I can apply ointment to you if you need it. May as well before I go to bed. And then and then he just kind of waits and asks and I'm
good. I ain't got no back
he's
massage.
Okay, good, it's 4 a.m. And then he passes out.
And then Sugar will go back to get the guitar. Before going to bed, we'll play a purely soft instrumental tone in which Bopper and Lady are both serenaded by a song that Sugar has recently come to enjoy, the instrumental of You Are My Sunshine. Very softly.
Peggy is sitting, there's a faint glow from under her hat as she's sitting there with a cigarette. She's definitely quietly crying a little bit. She does have her hand on her locket as she's kind of sitting there. Pon is snoring, kind of on beat with the
metal dragging against concrete. It's nothing subtle.
And as the night goes on and everything winds down and morning starts to break and you've all done a few watches each, the morning does come and it's pretty nice out. Pretty calm morning. You can still smell the stench of blood that's covering the concrete. And there are flies that have come and have started to settle on the ooze that has still been left there. But other than that, it's a pretty decent day.
Open the vault.
Open the vault.
Yeah.
He's like stretching and doing squats. Like she's like, limbering up like outside like her and Pawn are like.
Exactly. I thought it was already morning time, so that's why I said he ran. So like now he's doing his cardio in the morning time. Yeah.
Okay.
Just limbering up, ready to go.
So after your morning exercises and normal ritual activities, Tipper is over at the terminal, clicking away on the keyboard, working on trying to hack into this vault. And after standing there for a couple minutes, she is able to make some progress. And she kind of looks over at everybody and says, "Are y'all ready?
Put it up.
I can unlock it now."
Ain't getting any more ready than this.
Hope we get superpowers.
And I do assume that Ash is in the back of the pack.
You assume correctly.
So when like Sugar goes, "We're as ready as ever," we'll like lightly tap the back of Ash's knuckles with his hand, just like one of those like supportive fist bumps where it's like, "I got you, but no one else needs to know" moment. So it's a light one.
She does a slight nod, but she still looks not there.
All right, here goes nothing. And she pushes the button that unlocks the vault. You hear a sound, a creaking sound as the cog inside the center of the door of this vault slides inwards and starts spinning. And you see it starts spinning up or over and away. And the vault is open.
Rifle it.
And from inside, it does smell like the air is old. You can smell dirt, and you can smell like this moldy smell. It feels like nobody's been in there in quite a long time. Like mothballs.
Han will giggle as he's like, nah, as he like runs forward and to the vault to see what's going on.
Are you all going? And Tipper, I think Tipper would probably go and stand on the other side of Ash and be supportive, knowing what she knows about Ash.
Marcus will walk in.
Peggy will walk in as well next to Marcus with her rifle drawn.
Marcus's gun will not be drawn.
Yeah.
Peggy's is drawn.
After giving the support to Ash, Sugar will move forward with Peggy because Sugar likes vaults.
And Pond does have hash browns, so that increased perception.
Mm-hmm. So as you go inside, all of you go inside. And
Ash does not right away. She's going to be staying outside for the time being.
Okay. So as the rest of you go inside, Tipper will stand outside with Ash as you walk inside. On the inside, what you see is a very large metal flooring with a control panel, and you can see where the vault door has pushed up and away and over into a little crevasse, a little just area, and all around you can see rock, almost like this is the inside of the boulder, almost as if this is an elevator that goes down.
Does it look like one of those ones that you can just activate, or is it like would
there's the red and the green button? Yes.
Got it. So it's not like one of those where something has to connect to vault. Okay.
Han almost like slams the green button, but then he like remembers and waits and looks back to make sure everyone's on the platform first. Assuming he's waiting for Ash last to like get on.
Peggy will walk, like turn around, kind of see Ash's face and walk back up to her.
Ash is basically like turned away from the group, but she's literally in the middle of having an attack. Like, so she's basically, her breathing is labored she's trying to get air that it's not coming in, and she's trying to like, it's almost like she's trying to beat her own chest to try to like gain herself back because she's kind of in a whole nother zone.
Would Pon recognize this? Like from his past experiences with raiders who might have like PTSD and therapy dog and all that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious because you've never, none of you have ever seen Ash looking afraid.
Yeah.
Ash is usually very confident, very sure, or angry, or trying to hide, her happiness. But afraid? No one has seen her afraid. Not like this.
Ash, honey. That's go ahead.
Sugar will approach and will play a very specific song that he once recorded. It's not even a song he recorded. It's a song that a specific band has recorded once upon a time. And will kind of like stand near Ash. Hey, take a moment, breathe and let it through. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to just think of flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you. Something you did that failed to be charming. Things that you said are suddenly swarming. Take a moment to remind yourself to. Take a moment to find yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. And we'll like slowly reach for her hand, especially the one that he mended earlier.
Peggy is making her way just kind of up and around to the front. We're here for you.
Walks over to the side. She throws up.
Galgui meat and noodles everywhere.
Helping Pat from the
Ash.
Water.
You are one of the baddest bitches I've ever met in my life. You went up fist to fist, toe to toe with a death claw. I just want to let you know, you can kick anything's ass, including this. But we're not going a step further till you're ready. I'm not about to let this damn family go.
And Pon will like suddenly like connect the dots essentially and be like, oh dude, do you have a problem with like underground or like is it vaults that's like a trigger for you?
Me and vaults have a bad past.
And he'll like,
let's just go.
And he'll
she wipes her mouth again to get the rest of whatever may have come out.
And he'll like go like, oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I had no idea that you had an issue with vaults. In my experience as a raider, I've met a lot of people with different like phobias or past experiences, whether it be fire or claustrophobia, all these different sort of things. Just want to let you know at any point, if you need to stop or turn around or anything like that, you absolutely can do so. We're not going to force you to do anything. So like go at your own pace and we'll take care of you 100%. And then he just kind of like really like genuinely tries to hold her gaze and like make sure she understands that like he's being genuine, no jokes or anything like that. And then
she kind of looks past Pon to the opening of the vault. So it's kind of like she's looking through you, but you know that it's not her being rude. It was actually her looking at what's ahead. And she looks over to Peggy. And you see where her chest is starting to breathe. It's going back to normal. I'm ready.
Let's do this.
And she looks over at Sugar. And she nods again. And she proceeds forward.
Peggy will walk side by side with her.
Pawn will wait till everyone's on and then hit the button.
I was about to say, and Peggy waits for Pawn to have the honors. He can finally push a button.
He takes it a little bit more seriously now. Before he was gonna like slam it like all jokingly, and then he realizes it's a very like he reads a room essentially. Yeah.
Standing next to Ash, Sugar's gonna once again do kind of that knuckle bump, but this time will attempt to interlace his pinky with Ash's.
Her hand is not in its normal, like when her usual mechanism of balling it up into a fist, but you see where her hand is shaking, and because of the fact that it's open, she's able to receive the pinky.
And Sugar will just hold that.
And Tipper also would probably have a hand on your back, just trying to comfort you as well. As Pawn slaps the button, there's a alert. Yes.
No, I was gonna say slap at the butt.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, Sugar.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
There is a sudden lurch, shaking, and then the loud screeching of metal that has not been moved in a long time as the elevator slowly starts to make a descent. Your stomachs almost churn and turn, and as you feel this downward sudden movement as you lower further down and down, and you see rows of these lights that have turned on after being off for so long, rows after you go deeper and deeper into the earth, down into this vault. And then the elevator stops. And then there's a room before you, and the door slides open. Again, the metal scraping across more metal that has not moved in a long time. And the door is open.
What?
Sugar holds firmly to Ash just to see where she's at before we move.
Can we see in there?
It seems like an empty metal room.
And Pawn,
There's some vents. There are some vents, and there's another set of doors that leads out into another room.
Did you just say you walked in?
Marcus walked in.
Peggy will wait about 15 feet and then follow Marcus.
Pawn will hang back a little bit to like look at Ash and just be like, just for clarification, what is it about the vault that like triggers you? Is it just the general like concept of a vault, or is there anything that we should be aware of? Because I've had situations where raiders lose their shit during situations where they face their phobia, and I don't want you to become vulnerable like that.
I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's just get this done.
And he goes, all right. And then he turns and goes to walk into the room.
And then Sugar will follow, and Lady will, for all intents and purposes, while we're in here, remain attached to Ash.
Ash progresses forward behind the group, but still with them in tow.
As you all exit the elevator into this metal room, and there's a set of doors. The room is about 12 feet deep, so you all are able to get in there pretty comfortably. But the doors behind you that led to the elevator slowly begin to close. And the room begins to fill with gas coming from the vents in the room. You hear a psst, and you can see little bits of gas swirling into the room.
Hell.
And this is where we're gonna call it for this evening, y'all. Yeah.
Who needs breath?
Who needs
One of us doesn't.
No biggie. I was only hyperventilating before I went into this thing. No big deal.
No big deal. Whatever. It's
NBD.
It just means the gas will hit you faster now.
Here. Here's a little teaser for next week. Just a little teaser for next week.
Nice.
All right, well, now let me write down my plan to help us get out of here so I don't forget.
Woo!
So tune in for next week, and then you can see more of what's going on in this delightful little vault, y'all. Yeah. So thank you everyone that tuned in. We really appreciate you watching us. You can check out the VOD if you missed any parts of this here on Twitch, and the VOD will be up on our YouTube. We hope that you'll go and subscribe and like and comment, because I do read all the comments and I go back and comment on everything. So we really appreciate y'all tuning in, and for everybody that tipped us tonight through our Ko-Fi, we really do appreciate that. We love performing and we love playing together, and yeah, this is just a great experience. My name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. And here every Monday night playing Vault, the Overseer Vault, at 6:30 p.m. Pacific here on the Initiative Order. And take it away, Ash.
Hi guys. Sorry I got really heavy. That was my character dealing with some crazy stuff from her past. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. You can catch me for the finale of Lady Death Squad on the In Crowd this Thursday at 6 p.m. And then catch me on Evermore here on the Initiative Order. And the next episode is this upcoming Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So please tune in. I mean, that series is still going. The only finale is the In Crowd, the Lady Death Squad one. But thank you guys again, and have an awesome rest of your week, guys.
Yes. And Sugar Cyrus.
Hi, hello, and hey. It's me, you call me Jay. It's Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, and on Twitch at Casual Creativity, where I do a bunch of creative things. You can catch me every other Sunday getting my life scared out of me by the Keeper on Far Realms here on the Initiative Order. I am getting ready for a few more projects. Season 2 of She is the Ancient on Gilding Light is starting, I want to say next week or the week after next, on Tuesdays, where we will be having the part 2 of, which is a gender bent Curse of Strahd, where female power is amazing, and it has been great seeing Strahd from the perspective of female empowerment, and me being a reborn individual that likes to it's pretty gothic horror, and my character's been known to take body parts to enhance his own. So that's where things are at. And then also I have my 5e compatible Deep Breath that is coming for a early release for people to see some of the content and play it at their own table, where it's anime, shonen, manga, JRPG inspired. We get to play classes that are very similar to Super Saiyans, races that are very close to Attack on Titans, inspired by things such as Black Clover, Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, Attack on Titans, Naruto, Bleach, and so much more, where it's a retrofuturistic high fantasy setting where you can have wizards reading scrolls of magic and hipsters on their phones also casting spells, where there's Victorian style blimps with lightning mages, stone built castles with digital displays. It's just everything you love about sci-fi meeting fantasy in a world of anime, you know, casually, of course.
And Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer. You can find me on all socials at _DeAngelo. I have 3 things coming up. This Friday, I will be on the finale session of D&D Beyond's anniversary game for like Jaspers Game Day. It's gonna be like super cool and everything like that. So I'll be playing a really, really cool like orc who's just like signed up to be a town guard, got horribly lost, and ended up in this group for like an adventure at a level 20, by the way, so that'll be really wild. And then we have D&D and diversity that's going to be happening on my channel, supporting like tons of talented POC tabletop RPG performers to let everyone know how amazing they are and show off their skills and everything. And then the other one is Homies Helping Homies, which is also like later this month with a really, really awesome crew of people that are putting money in the pockets of hardworking performers to help like fund their projects. Majority of people here have been in Homies Helping Homies, so they know like, you know, it's legit, they get money from it and, you know, able to thrive from it. So it's like, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So check out my social media for more information.
And Peggy Sue.
Hi, everybody. It's Taryn, also known as Valrook, and this is Stella, who won't leave me alone. You can catch me on all the socials at Valrook. I am a TTRPG streamer, GM, and dice maker under the moniker of Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. I do have a sale coming up this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, through my Ko-fi shop because they don't take a bunch of money from you. I have a limited number of sets, but there will be, looks like 15 or so far. And that is this Wednesday. As mentioned, I'm here every Monday playing Miss Peggy Sue. Every other Sunday, I am your keeper and storyteller for Far Realms, where your perception has failed you and your mind has sought solace in a false reality for far too long. And I like to peel that back and just completely screw up everything you thought was real. I'm also going to be in a playtest for Emerald Templars over on DeAngelo's channel next month. That's super cool, and I'm working on that.
I'm so nervous for that.
It's gonna be so fun.
You're awesome.
And also like, oh my gosh, and like next week I'm on Dean's Screenings channel doing my one-on-one shot as my Hexblood Druid. And we get to see, apparently he was pulling inspiration from Far Realms, so it's going to be really great, you guys.
Oh, boy.
So pay attention to all the socials for all of those things.
And although that show is not on the Initiative Order, it is sponsored by the Initiative Order. So
yes, it is. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. Oculus Dice proudly sponsors that DeAngelo streams. I will be providing some D20 giveaways for him coming up very soon. And I will also be sponsoring some of DM's screening stuff. And yeah.
What are you doing? All right, and Marcus Cole.
I am Justin, and I do play Mr. Marcus Cole, the Slinger of Guns. And we'll see next week how the Harley Quinn romance of several individuals turn out.
At this point, I think we're not like we're beyond thruple. I think we're a unit.
Except for Tipper, she's like the only one that's out.
Tipper's just like this outlier, but we're all an item.
Yep.
Taryn is on that ship of just all of us.
I love
Got it.
There's entanglements going on here, and
Entanglements.
Lots of entanglements everywhere. Just wait for more conversations to happen. They'll get worse.
Yep. So much work, or so much better, or so much
Just
better.
spreading love everywhere I can.
But
Oh my
Poncus.
goodness.
Pocus. So that's what it was. Pocus down here.
I don't know if we have enough aloe.
Probably ran
to
through
go
quite
around.
a bit of it.
See,
With my more.
you have no
With
idea
Pond,
what
there's-
else Sugar has in his guitar case.
Oh,
With Pond, there's no even flirting. We're just like, all right, let's get to it. Like,
Pond's too used to it.
exactly.
Or I know
Like,
what you want.
you want weird stuff? Money. And then we'll do it. All right.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
Check us out next week. Thank you for showing all the love. Until next Monday, grab a Nuka-Cola, grab your buddies, stay wasted, and we'll see you all next week.